All right, I'm here. We're already getting a little good pushback from people. Screamer, where are the robots? We're gonna switch to robots. We're gonna play this a little bit first. It's the sacrifice that is necessary for everyone before we get to play the fun variety games. If I played any of the others, well, I played and beat the first one on the PlayStation 1. And then recently we played Armored Core 5. I think it was 5 on the PlayStation 3. And I can't say I've played many of the others. I don't want to be like Stolen Valor. I think the game really hit its stride in like the PSP, PS2 era. Is that right? I know there's some of you out there that have an encyclopedic knowledge of them. The PS2 and PSP ones look good. Happy so long as I'm happy. I'm doing great. The only thing, all right, the only thing killing me right now. Want me to show you the only thing that's killing me right now? This messed me up. Hold up. I bought this at the convenience store, thinking it was one thing, and it ended up being another thing. Crunchy ume plums. I thought they would be sweet and sour. What it looks like. Hold on, I'll get it. I'll get the texture in there. It's a dried plum. It's sour, but it's really salty. It's crunchy. Ooh. I want it to be sweet and sour, not salty and sour. It's my only complaint. That's the only it's the only struggle I have in my life right now. Well, that, and I gotta return to the United States soon, but definitely, they definitely tried it with salt. I don't want to leave. Can I be real with you guys? Every time I cart, you have to eat one. I'll consider it. I was looking at homes in Osaka the other day, and I was doing the math on how much a monthly mortgage payment would be for 30 years on a 2-bedroom home. Anyone want to throw some numbers out there? Just guess. So how much, how much would you think a monthly mortgage would be in Osaka? 1,000 a month? Okay. Any other guesses? 200,000 a month? That doesn't make any sense, but okay. $500 a month? Getting closer. 3,000. Oh. Free. Not in Osaka. You're probably gonna have to pay something if you're in Osaka. If, barring any additional fees and anything else, you can own a 2-bedroom house with a kitchen, small living room, smaller bedroom and a larger bedroom. $111 a month for 30 years at like basically 0% interest rate. Yeah. It's not like right in the city. It's like an hour train ride to get into like, the Glico Man. It's like a $2 train ride to get in. Takes like an hour if you're to go from there. But I mean, you're right next to it. I mean, it's not like you're in the middle of nowhere. You're still in a city. You're just not in like Osaka proper. Show it. How much to live inside Osaka? Oh, it'd be a bit more than that. But honestly, you could probably do it for 500. Let me see if I can find the exact thing. I don't think I saved it. Because I was just like looking. I wasn't planning on buying it. I'll see if you're gonna give me 1 second. Mm-hmm. There's a bunch, actually. Why can't the US be like this, brother? I'm trying to narrow it down to the one that I found. Like, for real? For real, man. If you're okay with living with ghosts, you could probably get something even cheaper. Ah! Found it. So recently renovated. I mean, the outside doesn't look special, you know. But I mean, it's standing. I mean, you know, people are taking care of it. It's not like a complete dump, you know. It's all right. It's in the city. It's got a little entrance. It's got a little tiny kitchen. It's got a little bathtub. You can only really fit one person in there. I don't know if you can get 2 people in there. There's a sink. Bathtub. This is your, oh, sorry. This is the downstairs. Right? Your little kitchen area. Is your little, you have a little living room area. You got a little bedroom. You got a little big bedroom. Ass first, feet out. Nah, you could fit in there. It's deep. The bathtub I have in this B&B is like that. Yeah, you probably want to replace the tatami. I don't know if that tatami is old or new. But, you know, we're not talking about what's the best place I can get in Osaka. We're talking about what can I get for $100 a month. You could double your budget and probably get something nicer if you really cared. Right? I was just looking. I mean, I think for 2, maybe even like 3, like if you had like a child, 2 adults and a child, like you could probably make it work. The ghosts pay rent. They help subsidize the place. You don't have to look at it as they pay you money, they save you the costs. You need space for your birds? They could probably go outside. I mean, you can give them a bird room. Ballpark cost of living would be? Well, you know, again, this is assuming you didn't just like have enough savings to put a huge down payment on. But so, all right, so say your mortgage, call it $150 a month. Your utilities shouldn't be more than another $200 or $300. Daily food expenses. If you budgeted and like didn't go out to eat every day, $20 a day should be more than enough. You know, depends on your preferences, of course. Bird room solarium. You know, thinking back to my childhood, my father had a solarium. Isn't that kind of funny, isn't it? And birds. He had a bird solarium. Always bougie. He had a good job. He worked for a... I don't know if I could say it or not. I don't think it gave me too much trouble. Worked for IBM. You gave up thinking you'll ever get a house? You know, Japan has, like, something going on with aiding Ukrainian refugees. I wonder if they're, like, Russian refugees are included in that. But I think pretty much anybody. I mean, not anybody, but anybody willing to work could probably afford a $100 a month mortgage. I would hope. I would assume. I mean, what is that? 10,000 yen a month? Not too bad. I mean, it may not work out perfectly. Of course, you're going to have utilities, you're going to have some maintenance. Every house needs maintenance. Electricity is expensive in Japan. My understanding is it's not as bad as the UK, but it's up there. It's in the top 10 in the world in terms of, you know, per unit cost. But, you know, a place like Osaka, temperature, you know, if you can get by without putting the air conditioning up too bad, you'd be okay. Winter stays moderate. 5 million US is only 34,140. That sounds about right. Yep. Can I take these? But, I mean, it's just the difference. I mean, Japan has just some unique approaches to their economy, just collectively. I mean, it's a depreciating economy. And the tastes of most people is they want to have a new home. How hard is it to get a work visa in Japan? Well, I mean, I think for most people, if you're English speaking, the easiest thing you can do is try to get an English speaking job. Not that that's going to be the job for the rest of your life, but you would do that just to get into the country and then start getting set up in some other way. And then once you're here, you know, you get your... Once you have your residence permit and a work permit, everything gets a lot easier. Did you put a real bed in there? Sure could. At least that larger room you could. Trying to get a king size? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. They sell real beds in Japan? Sure do. I've got 2 twin beds in this room I'm in right now. The place we stayed in Tokyo had... Oh, what did it have? Was it like a full-size bed? It was something like that in Tokyo. Oops. I want to... I'm not going to hit that golf swing. No! I wasn't sleeping in the same bed as Noxella. Now, there's a preference in Japan. People prefer, spouses usually prefer having, like, separate beds. Why? I mean, outside of the farting and possibly pooping, like, I wouldn't have any issues sleeping in the same bed as him. Yeah, I loved Armor Core. We're going to play it later. I'm gonna get hit and die. Oops. I mean, I wasn't... Alright. I was not clued into the farts before they happened. So that came as a bit of a surprise to me. Yeah, I didn't mean to do the spin there, but... Eat the thing. It's so salty. I mean, it's good, but it's just, like, salty. Your dad is snoring thunder-like? There's nothing wrong with that. Ah! Woo! I bought him. Oh. Ugh. Sometimes you want a separate bed? You prefer to get a huge bed? It's important to have space while you sleep. When I was still eating them? I mean, I did buy them. I'm feeling like this guy's almost done. Get over here. Get at you. But I mean, you know, you could always go to, was it Gaijin Pot, Japan? We'll just look for jobs that pay like, you know, anything around 250,000 yen a month will afford you a reasonable standard of living. It's not going to be as much as what you'll make in like the United States. But that doesn't mean you will be living worse. Because housing is so much cheaper. And you don't need a car. So that's a pretty big difference. The pay in Japan is probably the biggest issue. People simply don't get paid enough. Buckwalk, hello? It's only like 20,000 a year? I know, it's like nothing, isn't it? Feels like nothing, right? What's minimum wage? When I walk around and I see like postings for like jobs, on the low end in Osaka, it seems to be around 1,000 yen an hour. Now, I'm not saying there aren't jobs out there that'll try to pay you less than 1,000 an hour. That's definitely possible. But, yeah, 1,000 an hour. What do Curry Man? What does the Curry Man get? He probably gets a little bit more than 1,000 an hour. I'm sure he's probably getting close to 2,000 an hour if he doesn't own the place. It's just a guess. I could be wrong, but I think it's a reasonable guess. Hope to see you use longsword. Maybe we'll do a longsword playthrough on the next run. Today it's hammer only. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna be like, oh, as an American, I will come in and solve all of the economic issues in Japan. I mean, obviously, I'm clueless. And the United States have stuff going on way worse than in Japan. But, it's the same issue everywhere. You know, people work too much and they don't get paid enough. The last run was technically all Greatsword. It was a solo Greatsword run. The run before that was like Gunlance and Lance. The Wiggly run. I think we finished it with Gunlance. They have great highways. The public transportation system is just beautiful. You didn't see the Wiggly run? It was just before the hard mode run. Technically, the hard mode run dovetailed with the Wiggly run. Did a little bit of those together. Yeah. Yeah. Wiggly run was hilarious. Seeing like little Nergigante's little funny walk. That was so good. So, I'm very sad. I missed live commentating the Trump check-in at the prison. But I don't believe it, man. I feel like this is a PsyOps thing. There's no way he's 6'3", 215. That's like impossible. That makes me... I'm getting body dysmorphia right now. Am I fat? My BMI is like almost the same as his. Did they let him hold on to like a bar above his head? Does he just have like a lot of like bloating? What if he has no muscle and is only fat? Well, he doesn't believe in exercise. I definitely have at least a little bit of muscle. And they said he was 6'3". 6'3" is, I would say 6'3" is tall. He said is very improved your English. Yeah, your English is fine. Ego got Ine. He's in jail? Nah, they're not holding him in jail. He got out on bail. I mean, he looks relatively tall. He doesn't, he doesn't look short. He's definitely not short. But like, why does he? Sometimes it looks like he's wearing like weird looking shoes, like he has like lifts or something. All right, and help me out here. Would somebody who's 6'3" be so vain that they would still wear lifts to give an extra inch or two? Or maybe they took his height with his shoes on, and he did have like 6-inch lifts or something. He self-reported his height and weight? Oh, yeah. Oh, I feel so much better about myself. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so vain, guys. I'm really vain. I really am. I was feeling bad about myself. I thought the police took those measurements. But I'm a fucking train wreck. I mean, I'm only like a bad day away from being Trump's BMI. I'm a fat ass. Oh no, what happened? I'm not trying to let myself go. Well, I don't feel bad. Look, there's nothing I do about my height. I felt bad for my weight. Because my BMI is almost the same as him. He weighed 245. You know what, though? I believe he lost weight since he was in the White House. But I also don't believe he was actually 245 when they weighed him. But I've seen pictures of him semi-recently. He does look like he's in better shape. Between $30,000 and $40,000, just own a home. Can you believe it, man? That has to be like housing's screwed up in the United States, but like if you're in Canada, like that's got to be like unbelievable. Is Canada the worst housing market in the world right now? What's the worst housing market in the world? Not considering like major US cities or whatever. Parents built your house in 2000s for $64,000? That's amazing. It's pretty bad everywhere. I gotta respectfully disagree with you because like it's good here. 300,000 in 2022. My house has gone up at least 20% of its original value from when I bought it. How? Inflation, people just buying houses for more than they should. Someone move in? Did someone move into my house? Yeah, I list my internet celebrity and it increases the value. I'm sure Hong Kong's real bad. Like I don't see like the thing is like I wouldn't count like major cities in this conversation. Like obviously, you know, like a San Francisco, a Hong Kong, you know, a London, Seattle, like that stuff. It's like, all right, you got to pay to be there. But I just mean like, you know, like Canada, you know, people are paying like $1 million for like a crack house. That doesn't make any sense. Not dissing Canada, but like plenty of land. I heard Florida's getting real bad, and I don't really get that either. Can we make a piece of Zora gear? Can I make this? Ooh, this makes life easier. Normally, I would make the Great Jagras Tasset. But we're just going to make the Zora Magdaros Tasset. I kind of want to look at Hornitar armor. Because there might be something good there. Great Jagras is also He's still good. Oh no. Actually, alright, this is really funny. We have to fight Great Jagras. That Pookie Hammer looks okay. But it's going to be like such a short stop. I don't know if it's worth it. I got pretty bad RNG on like everything. I can't easily make anything. Alright, well, never mind then. We gotta fight Great Jagras. He'll drop Monster Bones. Monster Bone Plus for us. Can you go full Ore or Bone? Ore requires one more Monster Bone Plus that we never got. Bone requires Keen Bone that we would require to farm Pookie for. But Ore is way easier to upgrade in the long run and is also better in the long run. Because it's not a speed run, like we could afford ourselves branches. Like if we wanted to go Pookie, we could. If we wanted to go Kulu, we could. Those are both reasonable upgrades. Thinking of getting rid of offensive guard attack and my stun charm for defense boost? I would say Divine Protection is a really good investment. Divine Protection 3. Even the charm is alright. Hyper Acute up. I think Kulu gets pretty good in Master Rank as well. We could check. Let me kill this Great Jagras, and then we'll go into our other character, and we'll take a look at the weapon tree. Divine Protection is really good. Really, really good. Also, like, don't overlook putting, like, defense augment on your weapon. As bizarre as that sounds. Well, just gotta play it again. Defense aug gives percentage or flat number? Both. It's a little complicated the way it works. Basically, whenever you take a hit, the game rolls to check to see if Divine Protection or Defense Augment would activate. And then whichever one would give you a better defense boost, it picks one or the other. They don't stack. But if one doesn't activate, maybe the other one does. The numbers of Trump's height and weight got changed later with no explanation to 5'11", 230? That makes a lot more sense. Ooh. So wait, was that like 4-inch heels? And he underreported his weight by 15 pounds? What the? Yeah, we're playing a hard mode mod. 5e. So yeah, we're going to get one shot by Great Jagras. Now I feel way better about myself. He's strong, man. Well, I fought the greatest Jagras before. So does that take him from being just barely overweight to actually obese? Not that I'm judging him, but I'm just curious. Because he looks like he's probably obese. He's obese. I mean, most people are. Not that BMI is a good measurement. It's really not. I've definitely been obese before. I don't know if it was real obese or like screwed up BMI obese. My issue is like I'm kind of like wide. Like, I'm not tall. Like I'm not, never pretended to be tall. I got like a dwarf frame. Stocky? I don't really count as tall. I guess a little stocky, sure. How do you check your MBI? It's just like, it's not a good measurement for anything. Really, it's not. Because it has no consideration for like muscle mass versus fat. Like, you know, if you're all fat, I mean, it's not good. Dad bod? I've probably got a little bit of a dad bod right now. Because I've been walking. I've lost a good amount of weight. But like, what is even a normal proportion, you know? Like, who's the guy out there that says what's normal and what's not normal? I don't want to sound like, I don't know, like an angsty teenager. Like, you can't tell me what's right. 21.2, that sounds normal. It's just so easy to get fat in the United States. And like, I feel like a lot of people get it wrong. Like, I feel like people think like Americans are gluttonous and eat terrible food all the time by choice. A lot of times we're eating terrible food, or probably too much food because it tastes bad. We're not eating it because it tastes good. We're eating it because it tastes bad, and like, we're just trying to be satisfied with our meal. We're trying to get some satisfaction. It all tastes like garbage. It's all like refined carbohydrates. That's gonna get you fat. Did I cart? Yeah. You know, and then like, you know, you look at, okay, I need to make dinner tonight. I don't have anything prepared. Healthy takeout is gonna cost me $30, or I could get 4 bacon McDoubles. 4 McDoubles and a large fry for $8. Let's come to Vietnam. We have the best food. I will visit you in Vietnam. I will go someday. I promise you. Could we meet in Saigon? Healthy takeout. I mean, there's definitely, you can definitely find healthier stuff in the United States. I mean, you could always make yourself a salad, I guess. The things that I like, the thing that I really like in Japan is the existence of salad chicken. All these pre-seasoned healthy cuts of chicken. On me, Saigon. I'll go someday. I had a really good Vietnamese friend when I was in college. We both worked at the library. She took me out to get soup a bunch. All right, we're going to go check that Kulu hammer. Maybe we'll make it. Yeah, I mean, $2. $2. No issue. All right, let's just take a look. I love Vietnamese food. There's not a country in Asia whose food I do not love. It's all so good. It's not like they just like they use flavor. Like they're okay with using actual flavors. Like in the United States, people get so weirded out. You try to use something other than salt and pepper. Seasoning is for poor people? Maybe that's it. Is that how most Americans grew up? I really don't know. I'd be very curious to find out, like, the truth. Okay, so Kulu hammer. We're thinking about, like, what would we use to beat Frostfang with? Probably. Pretty damn good. $13.52, 25% affinity. I mean, that's considerably better than the ore hammer, isn't it? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oops. And it's rarity 10, so like we could maybe even augment it a little bit early on, huh? We could upgrade it really early. I'm not in master rank already. I'm just taking a look at the weapon tree. So we can all look at it together. Yen Garuga Hammer's pretty good too, isn't it, huh? You only got 2 hours of sauna? You have a sauna at your home or your work? What? Garuga Hammer does look pretty good. That would take a little while to make. Please change another. We're going to make the Kulu hammer. Pretty sure we're going to make it. This also gets upgraded with the Nergigante Talon. So it could be upgraded all the way before we fight the Elders. Ooh! Is there air conditioning on? 884. So it has 10 less raw, but it will have 25% affinity? Garuga is Guiding Lands. I think there's an event quest with him. I think we'll make it. A little bit of a pain in the ass in the early run. But in the long run, probably be worth it. Especially, like, progression. Having that extra affinity is nice. Oh. Also. I would say German food. I've had some really good German food before. Yeah, no, the German food's not bad. Meat, cheese, Wiener Schnitzel. Well, they do some good stuff. I don't universally dunk on Germany. Pretty boring? You did a lot better in the Armored Core 6 helicopter than you're currently doing? I've played a good amount of Armored Core before. Thank you. I'll take the compliment. What if we did Kulu Helm, Hornitar Legs. Wait, no. Well, the thing is like we can make the Zora Helm. Way back in the Great Tournament, I'm just taking a look at what upgrade path I want to do. And I feel like that's better than me like staring open slack-jawed at the wiki, you know? It's like a little bit more interactive. Like you guys can look at it as I do it. I should probably make the bone chest and bone arms. Why are there so many people from Tennessee getting heated in the chat right now? What is going on? $40? That's only a difference of like 4. And Hornitar legs? Tennesseans love me? Tennessee is actually, this is going to shock and upset, I guess, half of you. Tennessee is probably one of my favorite states. One of my uncles used to live in Tennessee. And I visited and I thought it was really nice. The funny thing, like the really, really ironic thing, is he's the most extreme atheist I've ever met in my life. And he was like living in like this one town in Tennessee that was like the most religious towns, like has the most number of churches per like square mile out of like the entire country. It was really funny. So Duca, hello. Give him a blast. Sounds like a contrarian? You know, I don't know how he ended up there, but he doesn't live there anymore. He's a bit of a hermit now. For his sake, I was always like, look, man, like nobody's saying you got to believe in anything. Absolutely not. Screw that. However, just for the sake of your social life, just don't say anything. You don't got to get argumentative with anyone. He couldn't do it. Could not do it. I mean, it's his choice, right? I mean, we all make our own choices. Radabon. Sounds like he could be related to you. And, you know, it doesn't, you know, affect me one way or the other. You know, if that's, we all choose our own path, and if he wants to hate the, you know, I mean, he always talk about the hypocrisy of the Christian church, and it's like, yeah, man, there's no arguments here. You want to kill? Let's try and get some Hornitars. Did I like Armored Core? I did. We're gonna play it more later this stream. I want to kill Nergigante. Just up and meet up at the Bass Pro Shop in Tennessee. I mean, I feel like Monster Hunter would be pretty popular. If you like really introduced it to people out there. You're far ahead of me so you can watch? Yeah, I only got like maybe to like the quad leg tutorials. World to be better if people took accountability sometimes. In my state, there was such a massive lawsuit against some of the local Catholic churches. They had to start like selling off properties. So there's definitely some accountability in the Christian community in my state. Gator, hello, good morning. Ohio gozaimasu. Fun to start, be involved in drama? I mean, only, you know, when deserved. I don't think it's fun to go after people just to, like, give them a hard time. You know, certainly don't throw the first stone. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking almost exactly of that. Well, you just don't know. Like, you might start drama, and then, like, you stop, but then people are still giving the other people crap for a while. So it's got to be... It's got to be moderated, you know? How much would a church go as a living space? I think there's a church that's being used as a restaurant in the UK. You know, hard mode road? It is. We're on hammer. I would be worried about what sort of taxes they would throw on you if you had a gym in a or a home in a church. You'd almost have to, like, continue to hold church service periodically to enjoy the tax advantage. Let's see what we actually need to make this thing. Make your own religion? I mean, people have done it before, and they'll definitely do it again. Like that one guy with the punch, the Branch Davidians? I don't know about that. That's kind of a messed up story. That's not good. No punch then. Spartan Zucchini, hello. Those who can behold can be saved. Hornitar. Alright, it's close, right? 3 Carapace. And actually, I should probably switch the cat back to his poison weapon, shouldn't I? Nah, it's fine. I don't know. I mean, I went to church when I was in high school, a little, middle school, high school, and a little bit in college. And, I would say for the most part, I mean, it was a good experience. You know, I can't say I had a very negative experience in any way. I did go to church for a little while afterwards. We went to church to slurp down the line. Well, they don't really give you enough to get blasted. I don't know. I think for some people it's a good place to go. I mean, if you're looking to join a community, I mean, you can do worse than to go to a church, I guess. Yeah, a good place to meet people. You're looking for friends? You can go to a church. I know that's, like, really messed up. Like, obviously, like, organized religion shouldn't be like, where am I going to find some people to hang out with? But if you think about it, there are definitely worse places to go. All things considered. The only thing that's rough is, like, you know, how much they want you to donate. I met one woman. I was doing, like, budgeting seminars when I was in finance. And they were having her give something crazy. It was like 10 or 15% of her income before taxes to the church she went to. And the church she went to was like 5 people. What does that person need 10% of your income for? If it were like 5% of your income, but you should never donate more than like, I don't know, $50 a week? I'm trying to think what sort of number makes sense. I mean, you should be saying like, you got to live within your means. But they're like, oh no, you got to give a certain amount before Caesar. Like a Twitch subscription. I mean, the worst you can do is $25 a month unless you start going down the gift a sub hole. $50 a week? You don't understand, Moth. I mean, people were giving up hundreds of dollars a month. My tie. Thank you very much. You know, they ask you to, like, give your house and stuff when you die? Tithe is Ryozo? It might have auto-modded TIT to Ryozo. Where are we? Have we gotten... I need 3 more carapace. Well, you know what? We're here, and, we might be able to get a talent out of this. There's a chance. We're very lucky. Boom. My only issue with the Basil theme is, like, it doesn't sound like a Monster Hunter theme. Like, it definitely sounds like a warplane doing war stuff. Disagree? I mean, that's fine. Oops. It's because he's invaders. Well, you know, we might skip. Seen the mod that adds drums to every Monster Hunter song? I feel like going through each one individually and just adding it to the ones that make sense would be good. The thing is the drums only come in when you're mounting the monster for some reason. It's very bizarre. Oh yeah, we'll make alloy or something. Like the alloy legs are almost as good as handicraft too, right? Basil's your child. He's a sticky enthusiast and a lover of explosion. So I want to upgrade my weapon first, or want to upgrade my armor first? If I kill another Great Jagras, I could upgrade 2 pieces of armor, which would probably make fighting Odo way easier. Okay. Let's do that first. Why do I never play Monster Hunter ZZ? I've played it before on stream. There are VODs on my Twitch channel. You can watch them. If you're asking why I'm not playing it today, I'm waiting for the return of the one true king. I'm waiting for the return of the one true king. Ooh, 15 minutes. Capture. 2 carts. Woo, boy. Oh, this is gonna go. This is gonna go hard, man. Only because it's been so long, I'll say this much. If you wanted to play it today, there are ways to play it. And I wouldn't judge you if you wanted to play it. But I'm of the opinion it's worth waiting for the original group that started doing all of the work on it first to finish. My personal opinion. You do not have to be influenced by me in any way. I mean, unfinished. I mean... So, what's the last MMO you played? Election and Fatalis, I beat that with main? I did. Hopefully this time we could do it with the actual character. Oh, that poor little Jagras. MMO is WoW. The ironic thing is I'm about to make a point, but like I might not even make sense. Like imagine if when you started playing WoW, every like expansion you finished within the extent of like 5 to 6 hours, and then you got zipped to the very end within like 1 week of playing the game. Hard needs permadeath. I just got one shot by Great Jagras, Satan. It's kind of WoW now. Yeah, so it's like, okay, great. You got to the end game of the content. However, there's really not any more content, so what was the purpose of everything else that you did up to that point? The project I'm waiting for really slows down progression, and it's going to have a full translation for everything. Permadeath means you be less restless? Yeah. I'm dead? I mean, I'm not sure it'll feel hollow. I mean, if you're dying to see the new monsters, like, you could play it and fight the new monsters. But I feel like every time I've seen anybody stream Frontier, it's them having rushed up to, like, Zenith content, and they kill the Zenith content, and they're like, okay, what do I do now? And then they just stop streaming it because, like, there's nothing else to do. But that's basically what I've seen, from what I've seen. And I haven't watched a lot. I don't think everything will ever be translated. What makes you think all the servers gonna go down? You're not like on some conspiracy that like Capcom's about to relaunch Frontier or something. Financial costs? Sure. Yeah. No, it absolutely costs something to run those servers. You're right. If they never finish it, we will do it. I'm pretty sure there's a dead man switch so that if something were ever to go wrong with the team that are working on it, what they're working on will get released someday. Oh, it's almost definitely live service adjacent fire cannon. Ooh, he's ready. Capcom send this guy to court for using the game illegally? Definitely. Well, they would send a cease and desist first. If you Discord message me, Bibby, I'll send you what I know, but there's definitely other people out there that know more. There's stuff on archive.org, at the very least. Here's the issue, like, if you go to any one of the other random private servers that are up and running right now, like, you have no idea who you're working with and what sort of information they're pulling from your computer. So... especially given the motivations of the people that ended up taking that code and what they did with it in the first place, I would be very suspect to ever connect to another server like that. You know, you're going to be installing stuff and it's going to be like, all right, disable your firewall, disable your antivirus. Like, how am I? I'm doing great, Papaya Apple. Hope you're doing well. Jagras. Do we need the scales? 3 scales. He gave us a lot of those bones, huh? So bored of hunting the same monsters again and again in every other Monster Hunter. Install the hard mode mod. My brother? Just play what I'm playing. Plan for today. I want to beat Nergigante. And then we're going to play Armored Core. So we have to kill Anjanath, Pink Rathian, Nergigante. That shouldn't take too long. We're doing a little bit of armor upgrading right now, if you didn't realize. So, I don't know. In my... as you would probably imagine, I am very much into video game preservation, particularly Monster Hunter preservation. And I don't want to be signal boosting projects like Frontier in any way that could in any way result in, you know, it getting more attention and getting taken down. That being said, there's other larger creators than me that went out there and just basically spray painted all over the internet that there was private servers out there and that he was playing on them. And I will never respect them ever again. Not that I didn't respect them much before, but they've definitely shown their colors that they'd gladly sell out an entire series just to make $10 worth of AdSense revenue, so... Why do they not port them all to the newest versions? I mean, you're talking about dozens, if not hundreds of monsters, all with unique movesets and skill sets that would need to be balanced against everything else inside the games. You know? How come we haven't seen Kuropeko? I mean, Kuropeko's a good monster. People love Kuropeko, but... You know, you're talking about, you know, it's... Can you just copy, paste them, and put them in? Even when they do, people, like, play it, they kill it, and they're like, alright, we're done. They're already made in Frontier? I hear you, brother. I get it. But it's not just like you can copy and paste them. You just have to port them. I don't think it's that easy. You make it sound real easy. It's not that easy. You know, and even if it were that easy, you know, is their design for Rise gonna be, we're gonna put every monster in Frontier into this game? I'm with you. I think having a wide monster roster is good for variety, and it's good for the game. But I keep putting the same monsters in every version then? It's nostalgia. People are nostalgic for certain monsters, or they think people are nostalgic for certain monsters. Well, Rajang wasn't in 3rd gen. He wasn't in any of the 3rd gen games. I don't think. Neither were the Elders. There's people who like certain monsters and they want to see them over and over again. Rajang of 2nd gen, he came from Monster Hunter DOS, yeah. He was in the PlayStation 2 game to start. Apparently, he was a very late addition. Condor, hello. Alright, now we just got to get the upgrades for Kulu Hammer. Start with Radabon. Then Odo. Then Kulu. See HD Malfestio? I don't. The thing is like, Capcom isn't the sort of game, sort of company that just like wants to sloppily copy and paste things in. They generally want there to be a high level of polish when they're adding things in. Now, Monster Hunter Generations is kind of an exception to that. Yikes! But in general, they try to have a pretty polished approach to every monster. Even if that means not seeing the monster in another game. Yeah, I don't think I ever want to fight Kezu again. I have no desire to fight Kezu ever again. Generations Ultimate is better than Rise. Yeah, I don't know. Don't like Kezu? I'm just done. I just don't want to fight him ever again. I mean, you're the one that was saying you don't like fighting the same monsters they keep adding every time. I'd put Kezu there. I'd put Kezu in that list. In a heartbeat. I'm done with him. He's cute, though. I'd rather fight Legiacris, or better yet, I'd rather fight something completely new. Just something new. I mean, I take all new monsters. It's actually kind of helpful. I wouldn't miss Rathalos or Rathian. What does kink mean exactly? It's generally referring to, like, what gets you excited sexually, I think? Is that right? Or am I just being a weird little pervert? That's my kink? Usually it's like maybe like a little off. Not common? It's not necessarily a bad thing. How many rafts are there? In mainline, I could think of at least 6. What's mine? I'll allow you all to guess, but I will never confirm or deny what my kink is. Got it in 1. Ball torture is it. Oh, Dread Queen or King? I would count that too. Barely. Deviants are kind of weird, right? Oddworld is a mod? It is, yep. It's a mod for World. If you're feeling like you're not being challenged anymore, I would really recommend it. It's hard. Maybe not recommend fighting Electron with a greatsword. How did the attempt go? We passed it. We did. Yep. I used my main character for what it's worth. Because elementally toppling him was impossible with the other character. That being said, we are going to try and beat Elatrion this time. Baby Elatrion with a hammer character. I think I'm going to give that a real shot. We're going to spend at least 1 day doing that. And I'm pretty sure, and this is going to sound insane, if I can make it to Fatalis, I think I could beat him. No, there's no reason for Elemental Hammer, because I'll never get the topple. It's like pointless. The only person I know that got an Elemental topple said they used Charge Blade up and down, and it took until Dragon Mode to get the first topple. So it definitely seems like the guy overturned the Elatrion Elemental. Conquer, or whatever you want to call it. Kulu Hammer. Oh, there you are. Wait, is this stronger than what I'm using? No. Okay. That's freaking out. Oh, it's gonna need more Kulu parts. That's so cute. Oh. Poor Kulu. You know, we might be able to just topple or just DPS. Oh, no, it's a death pact. There's no toppling. You have to kill him before you run out of carts. Care about completing your guild card 100% of Monster Hunter, or is it not a thing to you? It's not great stream content. If I didn't stream Monster Hunter for a living, I would probably actually do it more. But people... I don't think people really like watching it. If that makes any sense. If I thought people really enjoyed watching me doing crown farming, like, the people would probably be fine if I did it in, like, World. Because people just like watching World. But if I tried to get, like, finish my guild card on, like, the PC, like, Sunbreak, like, people aren't going to enjoy watching that. That's just not fun. You know, if there were like a 4U HD, I would consider doing that. Like if Capcom re-released Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, I would consider it. I'm close in a lot of games. Most games I get really close, except for the crowns. Yeah, but like I don't want to game this system. Like I don't want to get my crowns by like cheating. Toast crown hunting. It's not a cheat, an exploit. Oh, he just poked me. If it's RNG manipulation, then it's an exploit. I'd want to earn it legally. Like, I don't want there to be, like, 4 people going in and out of quests looking for something that looks like a crown, and then, like, we all like, all right, found the crown. Everybody join me and get it. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I want to get it by actually, like, farming the monster sequentially or almost sequentially. It's the most recent monster game that released on Switch, the banned word. What does your heart tell you? That's it. Like I don't want to be like there's no worse stream content than just sitting there and abandoning quest over and over again. It's Monster Hunter, not Monster Quitter. I mean, speedrunning, like, individual monster speedruns is the sort of thing, like, you love watching the finished run, but I don't think most people like seeing the sausage being made. I'm glad I didn't die there. I'm glad I got this new armor. To survive a single hit. I mean, quite literally, making sausage and hot dogs would probably be better content than crown farming in Monster Hunter Sunbreak. I'd believe it. I really thought he was gonna flinch there. Oh! Oh! This is a fun fight. I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm having a great time. It's my kink? The ball torture? Nice. Monkey time. I'm going bananas. Hammer gonna be easier than Greatsword? I think it'll be easier on everything other than Elatrion and maybe Fatalis. because you get free damage opportunities. But I think it's going to be a lot harder on Elatrion. I don't really know how I'm going to beat Elatrion. Odo's a great monster. Odo's one of the best monsters that has ever been made. Try with and without the brutal mod. I'm not gonna install the brutal mod again, dude. I mean, I really wanted to like it. You know, Odo comes from Frontier. No. I mean, he doesn't. I mean, there are some dogs in Frontier, but they're not Odo. It's different. Oh. Nice. Poor Porky is the worst monster in the series. How can you... The same time that you're fighting Nightshade Palomo, you think Coral Pookie's worse? Holy crap, man. There's some bad takes today. I want to go back to talking about Tennessee. Kulu Yaku Plume. Namule is a very interesting monster. Is it a good monster or a good fight? I don't know. Kulu Yaku. Is this one better? It's definitely it's got better. That's so interesting that you need 4 of his plumes. It's gotta be so fast. Happy to see moving emotes now? Congratulations. Time for pink fun? We're gonna, yo, is Anjanov popping up? Did they say something about it? We're not fighting him yet. We're getting all of our upgrades in. He's usually around here, right? No, Sunbreak got its final update. If you're absolutely starved for new content, there is a mod on PC that will allow you to fight a monster that was created by Capcom that you can't fight in-game. Hazard Amatsu. I don't know what the changes are. I never did the hunt, but I just know it's out there. I just know it's a thing. Do I care about this? This is what I'll do. Think Capcom will soon release another Monster Hunter? I think everyone feels that way. I mean, if by soon you mean in like the next 6 to 7 months. 6 to 7 months isn't a long time, but it's not a short time either, right? You're gonna regret this! Turn around showing World versus releasing it? It was shown at E3 2017, which was, what, like around the beginning of July of 2017. And then it came out in January. With some betas mixed in. At least 2 betas. E3 in the middle of the year? I thought it was a summer trade show. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Look it up. I don't want to say I'd given up on Monster Hunter as a series, but I would say before World was announced, I was probably at my lowest point in terms of caring about the series. Because I wasn't loving Generations. And I was annoyed that 4 Ultimate was only on a 3DS. Do I want chicken tenders? I had a Chizu chicken tonight. From the Family Mart. Along with an egg salad sandwich. What is that? It was fried chicken with cheese baked onto it. If you're asking if it was good, I mean, what are you really asking? You know. I don't gotta tell you that you put cheese on chicken, it tastes good. And I got some cheesy puffs. Where are they? Do I look like a little addict? Where are my cheesy puffs? They, alright, check this out. Alright, name another country in the world where they occasionally have promotions where they're like, hey, customers, we love you. We're gonna give you 40% more for free at the same price. This whole bag was like 80 cents. Cheese puffs. Mm-mm. Mm. Ah! $1,000 trip to get $10 worth of 40% extra cheese puffs? I mean, if you're only going for like a day, yeah, it doesn't make sense. I've been here for 3 months. I'd like to stay longer. I'd rather not go back. You're doing it? I mean, I think for most people, I mean, it would be worth it if you stayed like a month. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Bag is $3 or $4 in the US. $3. Probably not on sale. It would be $3. Worked near a grocery store. Cheese puffs are $4 to $6. So you were serious. You weren't even joking. Can I turn on the eye thing? I don't want to scare the new viewers. I need to have a reason to turn it on. Where are you, little guy? Where are you, Kulu? Where the hell are you? We got a really good shot. I gotta give you guys credit. You guys are pretty good. You can tell that they spent a ton of time giving Hammer all of the good clutch claw moves to convince Ryozo that it was a good idea. Time for a story. Give the new viewers a little treat. The only thing I can imagine is eating the 1 pound Crown Burger and giving myself hemorrhoids in the process. That's not even much of a story, because, I mean, it literally just happened. The real pineapple story is worse, because it was more than 1 pound of ground beef. Did we not get the plume there? Broke his head and everything. Chicho. Now, the pineapple story, I was in college, and I had a group of the dark bathroom. Is that one of your favorites? Where's the dark bathroom video? I think it would actually make a really good animation. You guys are getting me all screwed up. What story am I telling? Pineapple or dark bathroom? I'll tell the dark bathroom story. So dark bathroom, this was like a couple years ago now. It was maybe like a year or two ago. And I was having like some sort of dream. And in my dream, I was like traveling. I was in another country. And I don't know if I'd been drinking a lot. Probably it was like on a real hydration kick. And so, like, I'm in a strange hotel, almost like a hostel in another country. And in this hostel in this other country, you know, a lot of cases, you know, you don't get your own bathroom. You get like a shared hostel bathroom. You gotta share it with other people. And that's fine, you know, you save money. It's not like you're always on the toilet. You know, you can make do. So, in the dream, I gotta be careful, because, like, I don't want people clipping this out of context. I'm getting up in this foreign country, and I'm like, man, I really gotta go to the bathroom. And so I go. And it's a little strange, because, like, I go in the bathroom, lights are off. I don't know about you guys, but, like, usually when I go to the bathroom, like, I've got good aim. Like, I can see where I'm going. Enough. And I'm in this bathroom, and I pull out my micro. And I just start going my business, and, like, I'm letting loose, man. I'm not talking about, like, a tinkle. Not like a little drip. Like, this is full-on fire hose blasting out my pee. And it's just like one of those things you're like, and, like, because it's a dream state, the physics doesn't have to apply. Like, the real amount of liquid inside my body is no longer relevant. So I'm blasting out this entire time. Like, eyes closed, like, leaning back, swaying around. And it's been, like, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 minutes. And just as, like, I'm starting to get close to being done, I hear, "Hey, man! Hey, man, what the hell?" And I look down. And the toilet I've been peeing in, there's a man sitting on it, like, looking up at me. And I've just been peeing on him for, like, 10 minutes. And he's like, "Hey, man, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, my God. Oh, my God, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Why? No. Oh, my God, why? Why? why didn't you say anything? And he's like drenched. He's like, you've been peeing on for 10 minutes. Just sitting on the toilet. And he's like fully clothed, like his pants are up too. He's just sitting there, just sitting on the toilet, fully clothed. I've just been peeing on him. I've been peeing on him for 10 minutes. And so like I'm in my dream, not real life, in my dream, like I'm very distressed, I'm freaking out, I'm sweating, I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God, what am I gonna do? This country, this poor man, I've peed all over him. He's mad at me. He's not like violent, but I mean, understandably, he's been peed on for 10 minutes, so he's upset about that. And for some reason, like I think, I just say like, there's a dry cleaners next door. Here's like the equivalent of $2 to get yourself dry cleaned. And for some reason, he's like, oh, thank you. Like I introduced him to the concept of both currency and dry cleaning. And he's like, all right, man. Hey, he's like, and like, the dream is almost over, but like, I remember him like getting up, like fully drenched in urine and just like walking out of the dark bathroom. And then the dream was pretty much over. And that was it. That was the dream. That's what happened. That was the dark bathroom. It was dark, pissing all over a dude for 10 minutes. He doesn't say anything. Like, why didn't you say anything? Like, why didn't you say, like in the first second, be like, hey, someone in here. Hey, someone, I'm using the bathroom. Hey, stop peeing on me. You're peeing all over me. You were completely drenching me in urine. Didn't want to interrupt the stream. I mean, it's dangerous to start and stop. To be fair, you should not do that. Was a streamer for the chat, streamer chat relationship. I mean, I don't, like, it's not my goal to, like, piss all over everyone. You're pee shy? I'm usually pretty okay. I could go in there. I can get stuff done. It almost feels like a little classist, doesn't it? Hyper acute. It's dangerous. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's something you should do actively. 728. 780. We'll just use those for now. Flexing like you're flexing? Flexing your prostate is okay, but turning on and turning off your pee stream, I think, is not good. Flexing your pee hole? Kegel muscles. You can do Kegels, no problem. Just don't start and stop the stream. Not a good idea. Hulu. I guess we gotta find him too. How do you flex the prostate? You know, I mean, I can do it. Is it just the whole butt? Oh no. No, I mean, you're technically not flexing your prostate. I don't think. The cucumber. More of a gland. It's the whole area. Look, I'm not out here. I'm not like some sort of prostate PhD that's going to tell you all about what goes on in your ass. Davey might be able to help. Tell us more stories? You want to hear more stories of embarrassment and terror? Pizza story is your favorite? I'm glad my suffering brings you joy. I feel like I just told the pizza story, like, not long ago. Embarrassment Terry, did I poop myself in public? Does the bus stop count? You're leaving even sooner than noon? Wow. Good call. The hell? Why is he so strong? I just died. I pooped myself in public once. I didn't poop on someone else's head. Okay. So, alright, here's the story. I was in middle school, okay? I wasn't like a grown man. I feel like sometimes people hear this story and they're like, they think like I'm a grown, like a 30-year-old man. And like I found a child at the bus stop and pooped on their head. Okay? I don't want you telling that version of the story because it's just not true. I was maybe in 7th grade. And the other kid at the bus stop was in 6th grade. So one of my like real talents at that point in time, it was a real crowd pleaser. I was able to fart on command. And like, I don't mean like, haha, like I could fart once on command. Like I really was able to just keep going. There was some contraction I was able to do. No, I didn't keep up with it. So it's like, it's not there anymore. This was like a young man's power. But I was able to like flex my stomach muscles, my abs in a certain way that I would be able to squeeze out a fart pretty much whenever I want. And like, you know, I never have a hard time getting a fart out nowadays. So in that regard, like I'm still, you know, I'm still in shape a little bit, but it's nothing. Like it's nothing compared to like what I used to be able to do. That was next level. So, do I just shart yourself nowadays? Not yet. So, it wasn't like I was like practicing or I drawn up a diagram or anything else like that. But I thought to myself, when you fart, it's really funny and everyone thinks it's funny. And if you could fart on someone's head, I mean, that's even funnier. So, in my mind, what I thought I would do was, like, find a way to fart on command in the air on someone else. And, like, I didn't like, here's the thing, when you're young, you don't even consider failure. Failure is never like even in your mind. Like I never had an issue before. It was just like farting, like let's go, baby. Like it's go time. It just happens. Just do the flex that I need to do in my stomach muscles, and we do it. So here's let me paint for you a picture, okay? So standing at the bus stop, like this is him. All right, about the same height as me, maybe a little taller. All right, we're only 1 year apart. This is me. And, like, you can't, I didn't want it to just be like, I would jump up and vertically jump on his head. So it wasn't just going to be like, I was going to jump and fart. I wanted to make a running approach, jump, turn so my ass was facing him, fart, and then continue spinning. So it was going to be like a drive-by, pirouette, fart, land. You following me? That was the goal. It was going to be like almost like 360 no scope sharting. Continue spinning, right? I wasn't just going to like jump, shart my pants, and then like land with my ass in his face. It was going to be jump, fart, and then continue spinning. I wasn't a bully. It was just like something you do to mess around. It might be considered bullying nowadays. But back then, it was almost normal behavior. So, we're at the bus stop. I'm like, the time is now. He's standing there. We're all just standing there. I make the run. I jump. Okay, now like time stops. Time is like frozen. Like it lasted probably a second. But in my mind, I mean, it felt like a minute or two. So as I'm jumping up, like I'm prepping the fart. And like, it's not, like I should be farting already. And it's not going. And I'm like, that's odd. I start spinning and it's still not going. I'm like, well, just push harder. So like, I'm like midair, ass basically at him, pushing as hard as I can. Like, again, like flexing the stomach muscles as hard as I can. Like, and like, you push that hard, something's gonna happen. And like, I get out like the softest, like quietest fart ever. But as it happens, like I'm feeling like a little burning, like a little moisture. And now I'm still finishing my spin. There wasn't a loud fart like there usually is. As far as anyone else could tell, I just ran up and like almost farted a little bit as I went towards his head, finished the spin, and then I landed. And so we're all just like standing there at the bus stop, and like I could tell very clearly I crapped my pants. I crapped my pants. And like it was hot, wet, and heavy. And what's worse is like at this point, like I could like see down the road and like the bus is coming. And I'm just like I didn't know what else to say. I'm a good jumper. My ass, the acrobatics was perfect. I made the height. I made the spin. I was a good jumper back then. I still am pretty good at jumping. But I was good back then. I was like great at the high jump. I'm not a tall guy, but like for my height, definitely. I was very good at the high jump. Standing high jump, running high jump, I was great at it. That wasn't the problem. The problem is I didn't fart. I sharted. I sharted in his face. I basically sharted in his face. The problem is when you shart in someone's face, you poop your pants. So I landed, and I think my excuse was, I'm not feeling so good, guys. I'm going to go back home. And so like I waddled back. My mom was like, why are you not going to school? And I said, oh, Mom, I'm not feeling good. She said, oh, okay. Remember throwing out the underwear, taking a shower and throwing that out. I think I asked my brother the next day, I'm like, yo, did anyone know I pooped myself? He's like, yeah, we could tell. But I wasn't known as like the weird sharted his pants guy, thank God. Nowadays, everyone would have been filming the TikTok, and like I would be all over the place. Social media, that would have been it for my social life. Like I'd be the weird poop guy forever. Was I known as? I wasn't known as that. I was funny. I was a little bit of a clown back then too. I was a little funny guy back then, just as I am now. This is pretty much the same. But could you imagine? Could you imagine, like, going to school nowadays and somebody, like, getting a TikTok where you poop yourself? What a nightmare that would be. Those are your two stories. You happy? You pleased? The bus stop pooper? I mean, the thing is like, you know, at least back then, there was no like camera phones. Cell phones technically existed, but like you weren't going to be sitting around like taping anything. I know that video you're talking about, and like I'm almost positive, as somebody who jump sharded, that guy pooped his pants on purpose, and then he uploaded it to the internet to show everyone. That guy wanted to poop himself. How long ago was this? This was over 10 years ago. Oh yeah, no, I could see that, Scott Van Dusen. Absolutely. Absolutely, I could see it in Mortal Kombat when I was 18 years old. I said at least 10 years. It's better not to get into specifics. We have enough money to buy the power talons, so let's do that. But yeah, nowadays, like, I would be like, don't try to jump shard on anyone's head. That's not nice. Don't do that. Look like a jump sharder at 13? Hmm. Yeah, I think that qualifies as at least a little bit as bullying. Don't do that. I teach my niece and nephews this. Should I? Do you think it's like a cautionary tale? Do you think it would be useful in their development? My niece apparently pushed down her my nephew, her brother, the other day. And he got a scratch on his nose and on his glasses. That's not good. Dislike the handler because she's clumsy and can persuade in anything you want. She's pretty good at research too, but yeah, I know why people don't like her. Icarus story of sharding? Yeah, no, I mean, and here's the thing, like, I was really good at, I can't overstate how good I was at farting. Like, I was really good at it. Like, I would have been popular on TikTok with the farts. Teach him the jump shart for revenge. How mad do you think the mother would be if I taught their kids into jumping and farting on each other's heads? How do you think that would go? I'd probably get into some trouble. All right, one more. What hammer am I using? Doesn't really matter, does it? Payback. It's good to be able to laugh a little bit, though. It's good to be able to laugh at it a little bit. Any more stories? I mean, I wish I had like a dozen stories where I poop my pants. It's really just that one time. I know that's what people want. They want the embarrassing stories. I'll have someone I'm older. Everyone's pooped themselves in middle school at one point or the other. I mean, if you're sick, you can't really help it. Like, you got the flu or something. I mean, what are you gonna do? My new pooping stories? Hell yeah. When, this isn't going to be an embarrassing story, but I thought something that was very interesting, just talking about streamers. Noxell and I went to Space Station in Osaka. Space Station is a very foreigner-friendly bar that is about, like, it has like a ton of old retro consoles set up. NES, Super NES, like a GameCube. I think they've got like a room with an Atari in it for some reason. That's too old. Okay, you're cooking too much when you've got Atari going on. And so we get some drinks and we're playing River City Ransom on the Nintendo Entertainment System. One of my favorite NES games, by the way. Love that game. Any River City Ransom fans in chat? And we're sitting there and like, people are coming in, getting a drink, cycling in and cycling out. And it was honestly insane because guy comes in from a European country. I'm sorry, I don't have them all memorized. Says like, hey, how's it going, man? I like your bar. The guy goes, thanks. He says, oh, where are you from? Bartender says, I'm from Maryland. Oh, Maryland. How is that? He tells him, well, it's great here because I don't need to get a liquor license. He says, oh, that's great. Ha ha. And like, he just keeps getting asked the same question every single time, like almost every 15 minutes, like on a schedule, by every random European that comes into the bar. Hey man, how do you like it? Where are you from? Do you like it in Osaka? Great not having a liquor license. I'm like, Jesus. This guy does not get enough Twitch subscriptions for this. One thing I found really interesting, something I would expect more from an American than from a European. I did not ask him that when I walked in. I said, my buddy and I will have some beers. And he gave us the beers and I said, thanks. Not that there's anything wrong to going to a bar and having a conversation with the bartender. I guess it's hard working up to like a real conversation, right? You got to start somewhere. I just thought it was weird how like he was seriously asked the same series of questions at least 3 to 4 times in a row by complete strangers. Great not having a liquor license. One of the Europeans kept calling Osaka Tokyo, and he kept asking everybody how they liked it here in Tokyo, and I thought that was funny. But I mean, that could have easily been an American in like another situation, so I'm not going to blame any individual person like that. Sitting here and people asking about your favorite Monster Hunter. Streamer, what do you think about Monster Hunter Rise? Streamer, what's your favorite monster in Monster Hunter Rise? Streamer, what's your favorite weapon in Monster Hunter Rise? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a little bit like that. But I mean, I've liked basically all of the bars I've gone to, but I gotta be honest, a lot of them are, they seem like almost like empty to what I would expect bars would be in a city. I guess it's an interesting question for people in other countries. Not Japan, so Europe, Asia, America, whatever. If you go to the bars, would you say that like we're kind of back to like pre-coronavirus levels? What Japanese phrases do I use to start conversations? I don't usually try to start any conversations directly with like random Japanese strangers. If I'm in a bar, usually you go like, you introduce yourself. Usually start by exchanging your name. I tell them, you know, Onamae wa Shipado desu, YouTube desu. And then they usually that starts the conversation because like they're interested to know about somebody who is an internet clown for a living. And then I usually try to figure out something about them. I mean, I don't want to like monopolize the conversation. I try to figure out what they're interested in and talk about it. Tell people you called Shepard? Yeah, that's fine. YouTuber days? I mean, more of Twitch, but like people probably aren't going to know what Twitch is. Clown days. Keikoren des. A little funny. A little funny man des. Chipodo-chan? Fine. Oh, I can't. There's no claw follow-up there. We're dead? Oh, not dead. Wow. I was reading about the honorifics the other day. And I guess Chan comes from Kun? It's just kind of like a cuter way of saying Kun. For like a Japanese child, and they thought it sounded cute. So then they've created it. Why not introduce myself as champion? I don't want to be that. I don't want to be like that. I wouldn't survive alone in Japan. I don't speak the language or no way you're around. You're fine, man. There's plenty of people out here that don't speak a single word of Japanese outside of konnichiwa and arigato. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things that are Japanese only, but like, you just use your phone. That's what Google Translate is for. The sleep resistance and effluvium resistance decos there are actually really helpful. I think there's definitely people in Japan understand a lot more Japanese, or a lot more English than they'll necessarily admit to. They're just either embarrassed or afraid to make a mistake. That's it. So if it's a true life or death emergency and you're speaking in English, they'll figure it out. And if not, just use Google Translate. It's fine. It's a cool looking hammer. 780. 25% affinity. Alright. It's the same as that, just a little bit of blue. Does it even have blue? We good? Guess we're good. What's the next upgrade here? Do we have to beat Pink Rathian to fight Odo? Maybe we got to beat Anjanath to beat Odo. It's just a nice country. It's not perfect, but it's really nice. Hyperacute, when you were over here, were you working as an English teacher, or were you studying, or working in another occupation? I'm just curious. Visiting? It's a good place to visit, man. It's really not that bad. I mean, obviously travel's not cheap, and if you're staying a short time, lodging isn't necessarily mega cheap either, but all in all, I'd say it's worth a visit, at least for a while. Worth a trip just for the ramen? If you go, I would say that the right mindset is going for the food. To go for the pop culture is like a little bit worth it. But like, I don't know if this makes sense or not. Like, you're getting a pretty full and rich experience of, like, the anime, the manga, that sort of stuff, in any country in the world now, right? All that stuff is translated and available almost as fast as it is in Japan. You want to hit the mahjong parlors? You good at it? That's exciting. But if you go for the food, you will not be disappointed. I agree with you, Lazra. I'd say 2 weeks is probably, for most people, the amount of time to make the trip worth it. Now, there's a matter of where you're going to stay and what you want to do. Survive the secondhand smoke. Alright, well, I mean, I wish you luck if you make it over here. Gambling is not for me. I'm not very good at it. I've got too expressive of a face. And not a good enough of a poker face, that's for damn sure. But I do think if people think they're going to head over here and, like, every street corner is going to be filled with, like, actual living anime characters, that'll be a little disappointing. And it's probably a good idea to come over with, like, you know, a spouse or a friend as well. It's not that you can't make Japanese friends. It's just, like, feels like it's just, like, a slow process. Maybe a bit of a gamble. Like, I tried going to that English language cafe, and it just wasn't... It didn't go so well.
生態研究所に報告しませんか？どうや。あの暴れん坊がさらなる暴れん坊に早く調査に行きましょう。
Think there'll be feet sniffing in the next game? Honestly, I hope there is. I like that part of the game. I've got no trade-in items. If I needed money... Oh, maybe we could sell this Odo stuff. Yeah, being able to save up enough for, like, 2 power things, kind of hard. Play a lot of card games competitively. This is like that, except I could win money too. I mean, you could do that in the US or most countries. You play poker, right? Last time was 8 years ago. You know, the crazy part, Lazra, is like the prices have probably barely gone up. Like an 850 yen lunch special might cost like 900 yen now. Prices, a lot of things haven't changed. Alright, Anjanath. Let's get the other guys. They're right here. It's probably worth it. Live in Finland, so the prices are similar apart from food? Well, I can tell you one thing, and I know you'll agree with me. Prices of alcohol in Finland versus the price of alcohol in Japan, they are not the same. They are not the same At all. I don't know what's going on with your alcohol over there. Someone's making a lot of money. Someone in the government is making a ton of money. I really like Finland. Finland is a really nice country. You've got a nice country. And you know what? You got some pretty nice people too. Probably the nicest person I've ever met in my life is a Finnish guy. Like, genuinely, just like one of the kindest, most selfless people I've ever met is Finnish. He's from Lapland. They say that's where Santa Claus is from. He might actually be Santa Claus. He might be Santa. It's possible. Half the country is Lapland? Well, it narrows it down a little bit. I get told off. He's not from Helsinki. Oh, I mean, he's in Helsinki now, but he did not grow up in Helsinki. And I don't remember the food being terribly expensive in Finland, but I would be surprised if it isn't cheaper in Japan right now, even if it's just because of currency things going on. Am I running a clinic right now? I feel like I'm running a clinic on this Anjanov. He's already almost dead. It's unbelievable. He never even properly, he never even made it all the way to actually heating up. Like, we haven't seen his fins come out. How sad is this? Major Gaja assist there. Oh. Cyberbullying? Ah, cyberbullying. Oh, the Gajas did that. Did everything. No, I'm not getting a big head. I didn't do any of that. That was all Gajas. The other cat, I think, helped a little bit. The Instrumentalist? I think he made sure I had my attack boost up. Seemed like I was doing a lot of damage. Can we fight Odo? I think we need Odo for the next upgrade. So I guess we're just gonna do it, right? It's been so long since I played the game like this. Well, I don't see it yet. Alright, maybe you gotta beat Pink Rathian before Odo shows up. That's real interesting. Enjoying myself tremendously. Oh, it's so much fun. Oh, yeah, I'm having a great time. Thank you. Yeah, I really am. All right, well, nothing else to it then. We got the last bit of the tracks, then we'll beat Pink Rathian. And I'm not too worried, but she does hit like incredibly hard. She's a tough one. Pink Rathian is in less than 5 minutes. Pink Rathian might be sooner than 5 minutes, yeah. It's a fun weapon if I start over. What weapons do you play? Which weapons do you not play? Way later after Odo. Odo is not required. I think Odo doesn't show up until after Pink Rathian. I don't really know what's going on. I don't really know where he is, to be honest with you. But he should be revealed. I mean, you know, there's a Rathalos right now. Like, I could probably track down an Odo and beat him up that way, but I'm not going to. Well, there's no Pink Rathians in high rank. We're in high rank. Looking for something specific? I'm getting tracks right now. Oh, why not just do hammer, Mallard? Or switch axe. One or the other. Lances? Gun lance? I mean, if you're playing solo, Lance is really fun to get into a rhythm with. See you, Kanata. Have a good one. Aibo. Does that mean like buddy? These runs are a bit harder when you don't have a festival going on. We need dung bombs. We need flash bombs. We need traps. We have them. Yeah, if you've never done gun lance, it's pretty fun. The butt plug is really annoying to mess with, but it's worth the hassle. Depending on the monster. All right, here we go. shoot. I just ran right into her.
そのモンスターはリオレイヤーアッシュ審査員アッシュの目撃例は未だありません
Oops, missed it. Goes bad. No, no, no! Ooh, that was close. Wow, that was a weird mount. We want to get as much done until Legiana shows up. It ruins everything. There's Legiana, ruin everything. She didn't wake him up! Or her up. Woo, boy! No! Oh, you know the best part? We've got the camp unlocked! It's okay! Dying is okay. Because they're right here! It's not a big deal. I knew I would die if she ran at me. I don't know. I didn't think she would. Hammer mod looked fun? I'm worried it's too powerful even for the context of hard mode. Ooh. Those little guys. Cat just gave me life up? I didn't know that was a thing. You've been donged. It's time for you to go. I was just trying to get the head again. I'll take a mount though. Getting that golf swing is actually like really hard. Don't! My KO! Whoa, she almost got me anyways. Oh no. That's not good. Can I craft a max potion? This is gonna seem like really sad. I could probably craft a max potion. Yeah, the mod author makes subspecies extra powerful in his mod. So Pink Rathian is just that strong. Really, really strong. How do I take him down? Take her down to the little pod thingies? So lucky. I think I just got to get lucky and wait for her to go down there on her own. She's got to go to another area. She's got to go to the mushroom thingy, or she's got to go down. Okay, she went on her own. This is a good area. No! Oh! Thought I was safe. Wasn't safe.
相棒、クエストを受注してください。例の痕跡の主は目の前ですよ。
So we just gotta do it again. Maybe we'll get more lucky with the, No, not good. I know, it's not good. How's our nets doing? Doing okay. If it weren't for the Legiana and the Tsitsuyaku, the quest would actually be a lot easier. It's one of the few situations where, you know, there's no turf wars. And the two guys that invade are just, like, really annoying. Getting Ice Blight from Legiana or stunned by Tsitsi really hurts things. Suffer Fartalis again this playthrough. We're a little bit more knowledgeable this time. I don't think it's going to make it that much easier. We know what we're going up against. I already got one Miasma Deco. This is a good start. But yeah, Valhazak is really hard with Hammer. Unless you could really go out of your way to break the head. In which case, Hammer is actually okay damage. Bludgeoning is okay damage, but the head has to be broken. Tenderizing helps a little bit with that, I guess. This was a mistake. Hopefully, obviously. I did not mean to do the spinning attack. Oh, but she's not enraged. Okay. I'm gonna take my wall bang. KO, probably? Definitely. Oh no! Oh no! Do I use my max potion yet? I think we hold it to the second cart. Yeah, the opening for Big Bane is just, like, not really there, is it? It's not really much of an option. Did I do it at least 3 times today? It makes sense. No surprises here. Might actually just go in with a wall bang to start. I think this is okay for the golf swing. Yeah. We're not gonna do big bangs anymore. No, no! Oh! I don't think they should keep Water Strike, no. Dude, just walk forward. It's all it takes to kill me. Just walk in a straight line. Any Risisms that should stay. There's a lot of people that want to keep the dogs. I like dogs, but I'm not convinced. I feel like they change the layout of the maps to be very wirebug dependent. If not dog dependent. Just let the hunters run that fast normally outside of combat. Raider rides are okay. That's a cool looking screenshot. Seeing the monster on the map immediately wasn't as fun, agreed. Yeah, she sounds so confident. Oh, hey, partner. Hey, partner. Air conditioner time? I'm gonna give it one more shot. We are not beating Nergigante today, but I do want to try and beat Pink Rathian. It's pretty hard. I don't know why she's hitting so hard. I hope this isn't foreshadowing for Master Rank. Is this foreshadowing for Master Rank? We were cruising. We were cruising for a while, man. We were doing real good. That's gone. Black Veil waiting room. We already got a Miasma Resistance 1. I'm confident I can get 2 by the time we fight Black Veil. I was able to beat Black Veil with only 1 point last time. Farted to death? Well, you might be right. I didn't fart him to death. He's not, like, dead. He didn't die from my ass shard. The head is a little bit better, but also is like he just doesn't take much damage on the head until we break it. Survive. I'm gonna go for it. That was actually really dangerous. I'd like to get her with the sleep toad again. I just don't know that there's a good solution to wire bugs, dude. I don't think there's a way to save them. Almost by definition, they're all skills that are like, you want to use this on cooldown. Hunt to build it up. Let's make it like a hunter art then, right? This is dumb. And I'm dumb for doing it. No! I ran into her! No! She was going for the cat, not for me. What do you imagine hard mode hunting horn looks like? Uh-oh. What do you even do? How can you make hunting horns strong? Solo. Palico Rally? Pretty much. Buff each other, right? Slinger doesn't even have a... Hunting Horn doesn't even have a Slinger burst. I blame the floor anus for that. Would I do a randomizer in hard mode? That's interesting. And terrifying. As long as Alatreon is excluded. Wait, I don't think Alatreon... Does he do his Escatons in... outside of his arena? If he doesn't do it, if he doesn't have Eschaton, I could probably do it. That's an interesting thought. I'll get back to you on that. I'll consider it. It's been a while since we've done a randomizer run. Apparently the randomizer run has been fixed. Last time we tried it, it like really broke once we got up to Iceborne, but apparently it's been improved. Oh, hold on. She's actually close. Well, that's interesting. That's an interesting way to clear the quest. I mean, we just like smashed through her health. I mean, we died a lot along the way. I just want to see what the upgrade is for the next node on the Kulu hammer. We could already fight Devil Joe at this point? That's pretty wild, man. That's got to be an Odo Claw, right? Yeah. Yeah, the Claw Yukin. Akli Wakaba. Yep. Yeah, that's a cool move, isn't it? Alright, I think we'll play a little bit of Armored Core now. We've done... Have we done enough? Done enough Monster Hunter for today? I did my contractually required amount of Monster Hunter. People were asking for Armored Core at the start of the stream. They were right away like, hey, when are you going to play Armored Core? Now, those of you worried about spoilers, we're still very early on. And we're not like mega rushing the game, so you're probably not going to get super spoiled in that way either. Not many viewers. I'm keeping the same title. You have sudden Mon Hunter Ridges, or is it more like getting the daily fix? I stream Monster Hunter because people like watching Monster Hunter. I mean, I enjoy playing the game, but if nobody liked watching it, I probably wouldn't stream it that much, nor would I probably stream as a living. So I'd have to find something else to do with my life. But people like watching it, so I stream it. All right, game's starting up. Just give it one.